The first running back we got is our own Aaron Jones. Now, he's another one who extended his void of contract to go to the end, which saved the Vikings some money on this dead cap, which also means they're trying to work on a contract with him. He's 30 years old. He was very serviceable for us. He reminded us what a good running back was like after going through 2 years with Madison. But it felt like every game he got banged up. Every game he was on the sideline. So where are you guys at with bringing Aaron Jones back?
I bring him back
with it.
He just clearly showed that he can't be a workhorse running back and that he needs another running back with him. Because if we rely too much on Aaron Jones, then that's a recipe for disaster for our run game.
Yeah, I think bringing back Aaron Jones guarantees the Vikings to get a good running back. I'm not saying in round one, but I think in the later rounds, a guy like Ollie Gordon, or if you do trade back in that first round, you're getting a guy like Henderson out of Ohio State, or you're getting Caleb Johnson if you trade back from Iowa. And that's when you keep Aaron Jones. You don't want to have that same situation where you have Madison and Chandler again, right? You drafted Chandler in what round?
We drafted him in the third or fourth.
Yeah, third or fourth round. He should never have even went there. Like, if you're going to sign Aaron Rodgers,
that was like fifth round.
Fifth round. Yeah. And Ty Chandler isn't Ollie Gordon. Not even close. I think Ollie Gordon is way better than Ty Chandler. So if you're signing Aaron Jones, he's that vet guy that you have in the backfield with that rookie running back, and I think that's what makes sense.
Oof. He was a fifth rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I liked Aaron Jones. I enjoyed him being on the team. Like I said, I felt he was on the sideline a little too much. He was always getting something wrapped, always banged up, always having to go to the locker room, always having to go to blue tent. I would welcome him back, but sorry, Shaq, you're not gonna like this. I don't know that I could do the $7-8 million.
I also, but like Jason said,
he paid Mel Lawrence $20 million.
Jason said he wants a running back.
I would rather have the defensive tackle
for 1 year.
So like everybody says draft. You can't say draft for every position. We got fucking 4 picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
All we need is 2 guards in the corner.
Everyone's like, don't worry about cornerback. We'll do it in the draft. Don't worry about defensive tackle. We'll get it in the draft. Don't worry about guard. We'll get it in the draft. Running back, we'll get that in the draft. No, we're not.
Jason was saying if you want a running back of the future, you're getting the running back of the future if you sign Aaron Jones, because you're going to draft the running back of the future with getting Aaron Jones.
And that's why I'm okay with Aaron Jones, because I think he is okay with doing the platoon. I don't think he expects to be a bell cow. I think he knows limitations. He's 30 years old. I think he's okay sharing the backfield. And I did want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about Ty Chandler? Like, do you even think he comes back to this team, or do you think we cut him and make a spot?
He's my Caleb Jones cut.
How many years he got left?
This year.
Fuck it, let him just play it out his last year.
I'm not doing it. I'm opening the spot, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because 2 years in a row, we had to trade for Cam Akers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the Vikings' fault. We didn't have to trade for him if we just
no. That's a Ty Chandler fault, because he wasn't able to be that RB2.
Yep, and Ty Chandler falls in the same line with Caleb Evans for me. We've had to trade for cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like he falls in that realm. Like you're gone. I'm sorry.
All right, so what I got next is a few running backs, and I want to know, would you take them over Aaron Jones? Because I do think that we are going to sign a running back, and I do think we are going to draft a running back. I think we're going to come into the season with 2 new running backs, and we might keep Cam Akers as a running back 3 because he's going to be like $1 million. But, yeah, I think Ty Chandler's gone. First, I've been seeing his name in the comments, Najee Harris. There's obviously interest from our fan base in Najee Harris. What is your guys' interest? And we're talking 10 to 12 million here, which that's Saquon Barkley money.
I want to know what is his.
Shaq woke up.
What's his average carries a game? He shares 50% of the backfield, but I know Ty Warren and the other guy from Pittsburgh.
He has shared 50% only the last 2 years. Before that, I think he had like 70 and 80%. He's never missed a game in his career.
He's never has. But the concerning for me is this was his best year for yards per carry. And I think he still averaged around 17, 18 carries a game. We don't run the ball 17, 18 times a game. So, and I want to look at his average carries per game, even though you have Ty Warren back there, those guys only ran the ball, even though they shared it 50% of the time, probably ran the ball, I want to say average 7 times a game.
Because of the money, Keith, I am a no on Harris over Jones.
I'll take Najee Harris if we get a running back in the draft. So my thing with running back,
you can't do that because this has to happen before the draft.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we get Najee Harris, I'm still taking a running back to go with him.
Wow!
Because
surprise,
we need
surprise!
a power back and we need a speed back.
I mean, he's a big kid, 6'1", 242.
He'll be our power.
But I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't upgrade our guard positions, which I don't think we will, it won't matter if he's big because he's going to be getting hit in the backfield.
Yeah, I don't like his career. What's his career yards per carry, or his career yards per carry?
I mean, around 4 yards a carry, but he's had 1,000 yards every year of his career, so he's had about that many carries. So it's around 4 yards, Cody.
I know his second year was like 2.9 yards per carry with 1,000 yards.
I know his second year, the offense was trash with Kenny Pickett.
I just want to know his career yards per carry is. If it's under 4, I ain't tapping.
You said if it's under 4, you're out, right?
Yeah.
It's 3.9.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm out.
Ah, come on.
I'm out, man.
But look, he's gotten stronger because even what that badass rookie season he had, he only averaged 3.9. Second season, 3.8, then 4.1 and 4.0. So he's gotten better. And he has 4,300 rushing yards in his career. Fish, you're worried about getting stuffed. 3,200 of those yards came after first contact.
He could be out Montgomery.
It's intriguing, but the $10 to $12 million, I don't think I could do it. If we can get him, for a little bit more than Aaron Jones, I will replace Aaron Jones with him.
Yeah,
1 to 2 million more than Jones, yes, but
I'm probably 2 to 3. But yeah, I hear you.
I think he only gonna get like 8 to 9. I don't think he's gonna get 10.
Yeah, 8 to 9. 8 to 9. I'm definitely interested. I'm interested. Cody's like, nope, he doesn't get 4. I don't care if he's 5 million.
There's my guy.
J.K. Dobbins. Now, this is a freaking interesting one because this guy has all the potential in the world. The whole world roots for this guy, especially if you're within a fantasy community. But the man has had the worst of luck with injuries, and that started in high school. He broke his leg. In college, he sprained his ankle in the last game of his college career, which was that a national championship game. I know it was a playoff game, a bowl game. And then he had his rookie season 2020, where he kind of came on at the end of the season, and that was when everybody's like, okay, 2021, this is the guy. And then he tore his knee in preseason.
Mm-hmm.
He came back 2022. He came back 2022. He missed 6 games because of that knee. Like it just still wasn't ready. Then 2023. Okay, he's healthy. This is the year. Week 1, tore his Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to the Chargers last season. Had a nice season for the Chargers, but he still missed 4 games because of injury. But Cody, you had him on your fantasy team. What was that ride like? Because he did have 9 touchdowns. He had 900 yards. He averaged 4.5 a carry. The guy can catch the ball too.
Mm-hmm. I draft J.K. Dobbins every single year when I first picked him up when he was a rookie. This year I drafted him as my very last pick, and he was my running back too. And it took me where? It took me all the way to the championship and won it for me. Even when he came back off the injury, he went off again. I'm looking at his carries, 195 carries. How many carries did Najee Harris have?
263.
263, almost a full, 80 more carries? 80 more, looking at it right? 283, almost a full 100 more carries than J.K. Dobbins, and he still had 905 yards. I love me some J.K. Dobbins. I think he fits the same role as what Cam Akers is. I have him the tier 1 of Cam Akers, and then there's the Cam Akers as the standard, as the bar. What do you want to call it? I like J.K. Dobbins. I think when he came out, I think he came out at the same time Cam Akers came out. This is the guy, and this is the guy I want. Every time in fantasy, I will keep drafting him because I know the potential that he's there.
But the injuries not scare you?
Injuries not. It's like fantasy, man. I gambled last year. He's going to be my running back too. That was my running back too, and I gambled it. I'm willing to gamble right now, especially at $4 million, or like what Yogi was saying in the comments, $8 million. I think it's $8 million because I think the Chargers want to re-sign him.
Shaq, you want Dobbins?
I'll take him because of his potential. He always had that explosiveness. When he's healthy,
I need you guys to think about when you're saying you'll take them. Are you taking them over Aaron Jones?
Yes.
Yes. I'll take JK over Aaron Jones.
To answer your question, no, I'm not taking him over Jones.
No?
Because he's not nearly as good of a receiving running back as Jones is. And a receiving running back is going to be our quarterback's best friend. He's going to need that outlet. Yes, he's, just in case there's any kind of a backslide, he's not 100% ready. It's going to be dumping off to the running back, keep the chains moving, keep things going. So, yeah, I mean, as a pure running back, I would love to take J.K. Dobbins and take a risk on him. But if we've got gun to my head, Aaron Jones so far is still the running back for me.
So, Steven Watson says Vikings need a great blocking back. I don't have it on here, but I think J.K. Dobbins was one of the number 1 blocking running backs this season, like top 3.
We got J.K. Dobbins at home. We got C.J. Ham to block.
But then we can let C.J. Ham go finally.
I'm not the one looking at running backs for their blocking ability. I'm looking at it for, can they score anywhere on the field?
He can. Okay. J.K. Dobbins can do that. 9 look at that. 9 touchdowns. Like, yes, he's a threat from 80, 60, 40, 30. I don't know if he's a goal line threat, though.
Draft one.
All right. So I think we would all take J.K. Dobbins at a good price, especially if Aaron Jones is going to be $7 to $8 million. Right now, Aaron Jones is projected to be the number 1 free agent running back. So he might get offered something that we're just not going to be comfortable with. He seems to want to be with the Vikings, but I think they all seem to want to be with their current team until the money comes around.
That bag.
Speaking of injuries, Nick Chubb. Okay. So I got his 2022 stats down here because he was hurt for 2023 and he tried to come back last year. He probably should not have tried to come back last year with the injury that he had, but he did try to do it. It didn't work out. And then he ended up breaking his foot. And now the broken foot didn't require surgery, not expected to be significant, should be fine for training camp and all that. But we got a 29-year-old Nick Chubb. And if that estimated salary is really $3 to $4 million, yes. I don't need to hear nothing else from anybody. Yes. Because you know why? He could be like another Browns running back that we once had. Yeah. Leroy Horde. This is the guy that's going to break through the line every single damn time. We're not going to have any of those problems at the goal line. None of those problems in the red zone. Yes, give me Nick Chubb. He's not going to be our featured back. He's not who he was in 2022 when he had 1,500 yards. Okay, so he's not that guy anymore. But he's going to be Leroy Horde. You need a yard? I'll get you 3. You need 5 yards? I'll get you 3.
He, in my opinion, is like Aaron Jones. If you're going to get Nick Chubb, you're definitely going to get a rookie running back behind him to split that load.
Yeah, I remember not too long ago, we played the Browns, and it was the matchup of the running back batteries. It was Nick Chubb and
Kareem Hunt.
Who did they have behind him? Yeah, Kareem Hunt, and it was Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison, and it was like the running back game. Yeah, cut Ham, replaced with Chubb. I mean, I love Ham personally, but I'm looking to win a damn Super Bowl now.
He could be our David Montgomery, our power back, veteran power
He ain't
back.
bad at the passing game either. He's not great, but he ain't bad.
You give me Nick Chubb and re-sign Akers, I'll be for it. If you give me Nick Chubb and you get Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State, I'm all for it.
Chubb and Henderson.
Or I mean, yeah, if you could trade back in that first and grab Henderson, Chubb, yeah, that'd be a nasty little duo.
Rico Dowdle. Is that how you say his name? Dowdle?
Dottle. Yeah, Rico
Yeah,
Dottle.
got it.
So Shaq, you're friends with the Cowboys fan who's part of the Cowboy fan community. What do they think about him?
They wanted him to start over Ezekiel Elliott. Bad. They were so like going over the season. They was wondering why Ezekiel Elliott was getting carries, and like Rico Dowdle, he had injury problems, but last year he wasn't injured, and it's like clear as day that he should be getting more carries than Ezekiel Elliott. But the Cowboys didn't know what to do for the offense, and Zeke wasn't coming out, so it's kind of like the offense was trash, and the only time they got some traction was when they gave him the ball, and then sometimes they stopped giving him the ball. But the Cowboys fans love Rico Dotto.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the elite running back, but he's like a solid number 2.
Yeah, Rico to me is the guy. Like, so in every fantasy league that I was in, besides the one we were playing in, Keith, Rico was on the free agent wire after the draft. I would cut a rookie running back to get Rico Dotto, and that's what I did in 4 out of the 5 leagues I went. He started off slow at the beginning of the year, and then he just went on a tear. I mean, 235 compared to Dobbins 195 he had over 1,000 yards, averaging over 4 yards a carry. Like that, the touchdowns aren't there because he's not a big back. But Rico, I think Cowboys re-sign him, but I would definitely take Rico.
Moving on, similar running back who kind of had a stronger start than him, but then had a bad finish because of injuries and because of an injured player coming back. I don't know if Sarah's still here, but she mentioned him earlier. Jordan Mason. He torched us.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually did good against running backs for the most part this season, but he torched us. So he's 25 years old, 223, 5'11". He averaged 5.2 yards per carry and 101 yards a game over the first 6 games. That's when he was hot. And then you had Christian McCaffrey trying to come back and kind of got into the mix. And then he went down with an injury himself and missed a few games. So it's kind of a hodgepodge there. I do think the potential is there. I don't know. $2-3 million. I think I would take him over an $8 million Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I look at Jordan Mason. If he was in this draft, he'd be like a 3rd or 4th round pick. So like you gotta look at the other running backs that are out there and what you'd pay him if they're a 5th round pick. Are there better running backs in the 5th round compared to his 3rd, 4th round talent? I believe he is. I'd rather go for the 5th round pick. But Jordan Mason, I think, could be a good back. I mean, 153 carries. That's 40 less carries than J.K. Dobbins, and he still rattled off 5.2 yards. That's nasty.
Well, our residential Bay Area 49ers fan, George Blunt, says they will not let him go.
I don't think so either. They did insurance behind CMC.
I saw some people mentioning this guy earlier. I had to throw him up here. A.J. Dillon. Now, truth be told, last offseason, I preferred A.J. Dillon over Aaron Jones.
100%.
But then A.J. Dillon ended up getting injured and missed the whole damn season. And I don't know what it is about A.J. Dillon that does it for me because his stats aren't good. They're bad. But when I've seen him play, I'm like, damn, he's good. I don't know what it is.
It seems like he should be getting more
yards
after carry, like yards after contact.
Remember that?
Hey, Steve. I was gonna say, why don't we just sign Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon?
That's what I'm about to say. I was like trying to raise my hand. Remember that year A.J. Dillon was really good? It was because Aaron Jones is in that backfield. That is like a Jamal Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs, but we're just way older. Like you got the Thunder and you got Lightning. And if you can give me those 2 guys, and Aaron Jones decides to want to come back for less than $8 million, and you can sign them both at $8 million, like $6 million for Jones and $2 million for A.J. Dillon, sign me the fuck up. So I got 2 running backs, the price of a good 1 running back.
Emiliano, I never said that there was a season where he was good. I'm just saying, like, when I watched him, like, he was impressive to me when I watched him. But then when I go and look back at his body of work, there's nothing there. So I don't know. He's the worst
I was
version of
never
Ron
impressed with
Dane.
AJ Dillon. Every time I watched him, he didn't really do anything. And unfortunately, that's when he played with us. And if he couldn't do anything against our defense, then I don't care. He's a big running back, but he doesn't seem to run like a big running back. He's not overpowering. And
he's a compliment back.
I'll take Najee Harris over him, even at the price difference.
So what running back do we like over Aaron Jones?
Nick Chubb.
I would take Nick Chubb over Aaron Jones.
Or are we bringing Aaron Jones back?
Rico? No, I won't take Rico or Aaron Jones.
I think we like – see, this is the problem here, fellas. I think we mostly like J.K. Dobbins and Nick Chubb, but we're talking about super injury prone. And I'm complaining about Aaron Jones being on the sideline.
Draft the running back.
It's a Kwesi special. He likes those guys that have dealt with injuries.
And draft the running back. Boom.
Remember, Keith, we've got the best facilities and staff in the league. We're going to take care of those injuries.
Okay, let's do it then. So,
number
Shaq,
one fan experience.
It got a mention in the comment by Boyd, and I was going to ask you. I didn't put him on this list. What about Javonte Williams?
Ooh, why was he on the list?
He just wasn't on there. He just didn't make it. But
he didn't make the list. What? How we go down and make the list?
Because he had 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Javonte Williams. If we got a chance to have Javonte Williams and draft a running back, we'll have the best run game.